Now that we've got all the wet sanding done up to 3,000 grit, we are going to have to buff it with some rubbing compound and a foam pad. See here? Here's the buffer we're going to use, and here's the foam pad. It's a white pad and actually has quite a bit of abrasive properties. It creates almost sands it down, sands the scratches from the 3,000 grit down, so it's a smooth surface. If you look here, I've already got started on it and removed a lot of the dull finish from the 3,000 grit sandpaper. So what I'm going to do now is just go back and touch up some of the areas that still are dull from the 3,000 grit sandpaper. Using the rubbing compound here, what you do is add to the surface that you need to be buffed. An S-shaped curve there. And just like sanding, you want to start slow and work your way faster. So now we're going to begin buffing. Start slow, just like when you're wet sanding. Start slow and work your way faster and build up speed. The more confident you get, better you do. The part looks good, so now it's time to move on to swirl mark remover. Continue to use the same buffer, but you switch it out with a black foam pad. This pad is a lot smoother than the compounding pad, and you can use it at the same speed, same concept as when you use the compounding pad. This just removes the compounding swirl marks that are in this part right now. If you were to take this part and bring it out into the sunlight, you would see a lot of swirl marks. Maybe sometimes you've seen cars go down the road and it looks like there's tons of scratches and they're all moving in a circular direction. That's because they have not followed with this step. This step is crucial into making sure there's no scratches in the paint. So, attach this to the buffer. Here's machine polish, and what this does is it is a really fine grade polish that will remove all of the swirl marks from the compounding. Just like compounding, we apply this the same way all over the paint surface. It works best to do S-shaped so you can get the whole area. So when you move this over, there's not an area that isn't covered by the actual material. So the same way as compounding, you start slow and work your way up. It's important that you apply some pressure to actually move their scratches. What you see left is a smooth as glass surface. Turned out really great, actually. If you look, there's no texture from the clear coat. We've sanded all that flat and still maintained a lot of the clear coat that will buff out and polish up to look like a reflective finish. We'll continue doing this over the whole surface. So the whole surface will have this flat, reflective finish, and in that case we're done. And what we do after that is wax it and put it back on the